I really hate having to type die, like DIE, with an exclamation mark in the middle of the D and E instead of an I because of social media. Because I'm scared of what Instagram may do to my account or what TikTok will do to the post. It really infuriates me. And so one of the benefits of these audio podcasts is that I can just say the words as they are so that they can carry the weight and the meaning as they are supposed to. Like rape, national discourse. At least once every year, there is some kind of abuse on women, some kind of rape issue. Sometimes a girl gets raped and killed. Sometimes it's just a rape. Sometimes it's a celebrity that comes out after many years to complain or to say that she was assaulted by somebody. There's always something. And just like a lot of social issues, there will be occasional occurrences and never a permanent solution. Because the people that perpetrate these crimes are human beings and we make them every day. One thing I've found to be a unique characteristic of women's issues, starting from rape, sexual assault, female genital mutilation, gender discrimination. For example, somebody is supposed to get promoted, but she doesn't get promoted even if she's qualified because a man is also there to be promoted and then he gets promoted instead. A lot of these uniquely female issues have one characteristic. There are issues that we need men to solve. Some men are responsible for some of these problems existing. And so as a result, we are needed also to solve the problem. Let's take rape, for example. The crime of rape is not a unique male crime. Women commit rape. Men commit rape. The people who commit rape are rapists. They are criminals. And they are a subsect of society. They are not one gender. Rapists are not men. Rapists are rapists from different genders. But the characteristic that all these women issues have is that they need men to be solved. So if it's the corporate issue or the child education or preventing women from going to school, that kind of thing, or little girls from going to school, all these problems are problems that you kind of need men to intervene and solve. And these women will not deny that because a lot of the times they clamor for it, they demand it. We are the men to speak of on these issues, Now, this is what I don't like about it. It is your problem. It is your issue. And I'd like you to listen attentively before you get triggered. It is your problem. Yes, women are the ones getting raped. Oh yes, the bad men, the rapist men are the ones committing the rape. It is a women's issue. Now, most people will think, if it's your issue, solve your issue. When last did you see a man complain that women should stand up for the difficulty of the male experience? When a woman deceives a man and pretends to love him for who he is and he's cool and calm and she behaves like an angel, and then the moment he marries her, because of the laws in her country allows it, she files for a divorce in under a year and takes half of everything he spent his life building. How many times have you seen men come together to shout that women should save them from such a predicament, even if it is a crime? Not even a crime, but it's an evil that is committed by their own counterparts. Men weather that storm themselves. And I am not saying women should weather the storm of rape themselves. I'm getting to the main point. On the internet, when there's an issue like this, like the recent one, a woman has been raped or sexually assaulted and she has come out to cry out. And women, as kind-hearted as they are, come out in support of her to call out this issue and seek reform and seek change and seek justice. They do it in a manner that does not help galvanize the good men to solve the issue on their behalf. Because whether you like it or not, to stop rape, you need somebody with equal agency or more to stop rape. Let me say this in plain terms. You need somebody with equal agency, like equal strength. So a man who can fight off another man on behalf of the woman and punish him for that behavior. A man who can prevent it. For example, you see, rapists show themselves, or people who have the tendency to abuse women in these ways have little traits. You see, there's some little things. For example, if I see a woman and a woman interacting, in a case where the guy is trying to talk to the girl or the lady, or and she's trying to pull away, like not interested, and he grabs her by the wrist. I saw this many times when I was much young, and I used to wish that I could do something, because these were always done by older men. So a lady is trying to leave, but the man will hold her by her wrist and not let her go. And she'll be struggling, and he's like, "Come here, I'm not done talking to you." To me, I think it's some form of abuse. If I really see that she really wants to go and it's not some kind of, hard to get ploy, I would always intervene and be like, let her go. It's one of the reasons I'm grateful for my physique or height or some of these physical features that make sure that I myself cannot be intimidated. And so I can use these features for good. My strength, I can use for good. But when something like this happens and on the internet, the women who are speaking out on behalf of other women are calling out all men as if they are rapists, saying things like, you people are supposed to protect us and yet stop raping us, all of you. And things like this. People like me who want to do this job of protecting do not see ourselves being represented or commended. And it's easy to say, yes, now, you want us to commend you for what you should be doing. Well, there's somebody doing much worse. So how about you commend those who are doing the real thing? One of the major currencies of men is appreciation. As for women, it may be love or attention. For men, it's appreciation. A man does something, he's chivalrous, he's kind. He's not doing it because he wants the appreciation. But the reward mechanism is triggered in him if he gets appreciated for it. And he is more incentivized to repeat that action or to be kinder in the future if he gets appreciation for the kindness and the chivalry that he shows early on. I believe most men are good at heart. Most men are not rapists. The same way most women are not opportunistic gold diggers. Every gender has its bad eggs. Every people has a subset of its population that are vile. So when on the internet, women complain about these women's issues and rape and envelope all men as being bad and saying you people should leave women alone. Why are you people doing this? They are now making it seem like it is everybody that is doing it. And then there is no distinction between those who commit the crimes and those who really want to fight for you. And if there's no distinction, then we just get offended at the end of the day, because what have I done to be slightly accused, pseudo-accused, And I know you do not say, women don't say this and say, okay, all men, we are calling all of you rapists. But the manner in which the outcry comes and the cry out happens, it never says, you good men, we need you people to do this on our behalf. It's just a total rant without any direction for solution. And I believe, yes, they say women are emotional and women just want to complain. Honestly, when a man encounters a problem, he wants to solve it straight up. When a woman encounters a problem, she wants to complain about it, at least first. And it is no secret. I saw a video, or I've seen multiple videos of this where a man there will be two babies, male, female. They put an obstacle course between them and their parents. And the male child will literally figure out what to do. In this particular experiment, there was a doorway, and the parents put tape on the door, kind of making some kind of blockade. And so these toddlers couldn't pass through the door to meet their parents. And when the female child came up on it, I saw that there was a tape blocking the door. She sat there and started crying. When the male twin came and saw the tape, he crawled under and came out on the other side. So I believe intrinsically we are quite different in the way we tackle problems. And so if you don't learn a separate behavior that might be more effective. We'll be stuck crying in front of a problem and invariably letting it thrive or making it worse. Please, men, you need to understand that men are different. And the ones who behave like this, we don't like them as well. We want to fight for you as well. So when we do, recognize it. Before we do, recognize that some of us exist for this. And like I was going to say earlier, you may say, but it's your responsibility. Are we supposed to thank you for not being a rapist? Yes. Yes, because we could be. Because we are strong. We have strength. We are taller than you. We are faster than you. We are stronger than you. Sometimes I like to argue we are smarter than you, Seth. But we know that's not good. And that's not how to live life. We have the abilities to use these strengths over you in ways that have no benefit to you. If anything, causes terrible harm to you. But we choose not to. We choose to do things that will push our society forward by living in symbiosis, where you use your strengths to benefit us and we use our strengths to benefit you. In a world where evil exists, the people who choose not to benefit or to partake in that evil should get some accolades. The same way with women. Those of you who are gold diggers, who are vile, who accuse men of rape and ruin their careers and all of that. When we see a good man who doesn't have any of these tendencies, who is soft, who is feminine, who is honest, we thank God for them. We appreciate them. Sometimes we even appreciate them just for being beautiful, which is something that a lot of you have no hand in. And appreciation doesn't even do half to you what it does to us. And so the argument of we shouldn't thank you for doing what you're supposed to do, well, that is what has landed you where you are. This message might be indigestible for women, but I'm sure many men understand what I'm saying. Do you realize how much hatred many men have for rapist men? Do you realize how painful it would be if somebody held my genitals and sliced them off? For any man on earth, even if I'm watching a movie, and I see somebody get kicked in the balls, I would wince on their behalf. Because for some reason, it is playing with somebody's genitals is a mad play. But I hate rapists, and I'm sure over 90% of men feel this way too. Hate rapists to the point where I don't mind you losing your genitals because you use strength that you're supposed to use to protect women to abuse them. As much as I have empathy for men over the genitals and the pains they might feel with things associated to it, I would vote for you losing your genitals for life if you rape a woman. And so for me, feeling this strongly about it and having the agency to even prevent rape when I see it, and I know that I can pin the majority of men I meet down and cut off their genitals single-handedly, I am an asset to this movement. And I want to be. And if you stop getting in the way of yourselves with the way you handle issues, I wish women would come up with the same level of outrage when other women behave like this. Like, you're always expecting men to stand up and fight your battles, but why don't you stand up at the same time and chastise women who do all these heinous things, like accuse men of rape falsely? There's this one now that just did this thing and made up a whole rape case to trend. In her own case, I don't think she actually accused any man in particular. She just made a joke of the entire situation because the topic was trending on social media. That's the characteristic of a woman who would rape. Oh God, let me even say this again. There was a time I used to have house parties in my house a lot. And so sometime in 2022, I used to have house parties at my house. And my lounge manager was at one of those parties with my friends and a lot of girls that I didn't know from whence they came. We had people who would invite girls to the parties and we play games. It was one of those kinds of parties. And so my lounge manager and one of these girls went into one room themselves and they stayed there, I think the whole night or whatever. And so it must have been 2 days later, I got a call from one of my friends, this chick that had, invited some of these girls to the party, saying that the girl that went into that room with my manager called her up and said that my manager had raped her. Luckily, I was at the lounge then. So after having a conversation with her, at that point, I already knew not to believe a rape allegation just for word of mouth, because I was seeing what it has done and I was seeing how people getting acquitted after a long trial and losing all their stuff just based off of an accusation alone. So I didn't want to be one of those people who strip people of their livelihood because somebody said they did something. And luckily I was at the lounge, so I called my manager outside and I said, look, this girl that you 12, you went into that room together. You people, she said you raped her. And then he said, how? Like, what do you mean rape? That we both saw them go in there, like really. That was true. And the girl said something about her having a boyfriend while they were together, and that they should like keep it between them, like the sex that they had, right? They should keep it between them. And they were texts. Like he said he was texting and he showed me text with her where she was telling him that this sex they should keep it between them and whatnot. And so it turns out that what happened was that this girl's boyfriend didn't know where she was that night, tried to call her later. So when she called back with him, he went through her phone, and then in his presence, she now called my friend crying that this guy raped her so that she would save face in front of her boyfriend. How many women will stand up and make it a case and trend it on Twitter that such an evil woman exists? These are not friends that can take a man to jail. Like I said, I'm in favor of cutting a man's dick and balls off for rape. Which means, if Polo was guilty, I would be in favor of cutting his dick and balls off, even if I've known him for years. And that is the level that we are playing at. These are the things that we are playing with. And so what I'm begging for is the same way, at the same time, I'm not even demanding that women cry out and trend it on Twitter when a woman behaves like this. But you see the male thing we do where we do not say all women do this. Where we do not say all women are false rape accusers or gold diggers or manipulators. We do not come out to rant about it being so. When something happens where the small subset of men perpetrate a crime against women, do not come out and make your outcry look like it is all men that did it. Separate the bad eggs so that the good eggs that can within themselves take responsibility and see what they can do to stop that from happening. Thank you very much.